Hello, YouTubers. Today is May 21st, 2019. Brian in the Land Artifacts coming to you again with some awesome finds. Going to go over them with you. These rocks are from my site heat, site number 8, and they are all composed of the same stone in that same area that I retrieved. Only this particular type of stone. Uh, like I said in my other videos, in reference to my site 8, I've yet to find any quartz on that site. Only hard type mountain stone. I still haven't gotten any replies to anybody that can tell me what this texture of stone is or material of this stone is. So I'm going to go over these with you, and toward the end of this video I'll show you a couple of cool quartz scraper tools that I found, sugar quartz and smoky quartz. But on to the Site 8 rocks. These rocks here are made of the same texture material. All of them have well 12 out of these rocks have a certain point. This point here, you're going to see that in several of these rocks that I obtained from my Site 8. Don't know the purpose of what they will actually use that point for, but a lot of them have this same type of point on it, and I'll show it to you more in detail. So I don't know if they were using that to penetrate maybe flesh or hide. But this rock here is it has that point on it, but it's not as noticeable as the other ones. So let's see. There's the point there. It's just a little point on that one. But that is an awesome rock. Look at that. It's made of several different little pieces of rock. There's a point there. Look at all those little stones. So many different little type of stones in it. So I'll show you this one with the point in it here. Here's the point. That point, it's just like those. That point is going to be like the 11 other rocks that I show you. See that point? It looks like they would use it for something. Let's see. Not sure. You see that moon crescent on there, like you see on most scraper tubes. And that just holds right in hand like that. So that looks like that rock also. See little stones. Look like it could have been broken off this piece, but it's totally two different individual pieces, broken and made to use for different purposes. So I'll show you the other rocks like that have that point on them. But those I never found any kind of rock like that with so many different texture type rocks embedded in it. Beautiful rock, beautiful. So I'm gonna show you these other rocks that came from the same site, which is my site 8 of the, if you followed me out to my site 8 when I had some of these, I had in a box. I was putting them in a box so that I can bring them back to my house and clean them off so that I can see exactly what it is that I have. But there you have it. So I'm not sure what they were actually using these points for. So I'm gonna I'm gonna put these in my hand so I can give you an idea of how they probably were held. So let's see. Let me try this one here and see if I can show you the point of this one here. There's the point there. You can see the point there. You can actually see how they layered that to form the point. I'm not sure what they would use that point for, but your finger can go right down in there and hold that like that real tight and maybe pry something up or dig something out. Look like a shark almost. Great white shark. So that's the point I'm speaking about. I'm going to count down. Count down to some of these and get some more rocks from down here. Count down. There's the point on that one. Kind of similar in shape like that one. This is almost a smaller version of this one here. Almost a smaller version with the same type of point. Like I said, maybe used to dig something out. This one has a different kind of hold on it here. Finger kind of goes down that hole there. And you hold it. And there's that point. Maybe they were digging out muscle tissue and meat from carcass, scraping hide or so. But that point is going to be on some other rocks. And I'll show you just like the one that was beside it here. So let's see. This one has sort of a point on it. I don't really know what tribe or what Native American tribe were utilizing this too in West Century. I don't like to say arrowhead because in Prince George's County here, I've never found any arrowheads. Most of the stuff that I found were tools, scraper tools, pecking stones. I have a couple of manos, a couple of metates, several scraper tools. I have yet to find anything that was kind of maybe utilized for weaponry. Let's see what this one is. This is a pretty layer stone here. See how they peel the layers off that. And this stone here has that point. It almost look like an old key to open up your door, a dirt door or something. There's that point there. It's really sharp too. It'll poke you. And you could this red line is almost the thumb, where the thumb would go at, because I can feel it. And then on this back side here, your fingertips ridge on that, and you hold. See that there? It's almost rubbed itself like that over a period of time. With them either here, holding it here, raking the carcass, or either here. This is where the natives will hold it here, or here. Here, you got like a fist of little rock you can just use to cut up something, and then here, which gives you a better, tighter torque position. So here and here is where they would slide their hands in between here to utilize this little stone here. See that layer? See the layers in that too? They layered that down pretty good. Those people were ingenious. Let's see. Okay. Let's look for some more points here. This rock, I thought it had a point, but I think it may have just been, I don't know. See some markings. Look at that a little better. It's good to look at these markings sometimes when they're wet. You get a good idea of what something was etched into there, because they were really sneaky about it. Well, not sneaky, it's just that they didn't have ink and stuff like that to expose exactly their art, but they put a lot of art into their rocks. So let's see here. Let's go beside here and see what this has here. There's the point there. There's a point here. And they will hold that one there. The thumb goes there. And the rest of this goes into the palm of your hand, like so. And you would use that point to cut into carcass maybe. Oh, that's really sharp. That would go into some flesh with some pressure. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Let's see what we have here. Sort of a point. You can see the curve in it here. It's sharp too, a little sharp, a little sharpy. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on. What is this? I don't think this has a point. It's just a beautiful rock the way it's layered. Absolutely beautiful. I probably shouldn't have a light on this, because it's, for you to really see it requires the light to not give so much reflection off of it, because it's piece of hair that's not supposed to be on it. It's picking up in the camera. Excuse me. See that color tone in there? There's a point right there. You can even tell that it's had some work done there. It looks like a 3-layered point. I see 3 points on that. See it? 1, 2, 3. Wow. They really utilized this rock. And they would actually hold it like this, because it feels so good in my hand right now. And maybe that was something that they used to chip bone to get marrow out. That's almost perfect what I would use it for. Oh, that's sharp too. Yikes. You can see the indentation there in that groove there. Looks like they would use that to saw across something. Even look at that indentation there. I didn't even notice that. Wow. That's a beautiful piece. That was even more beautiful. Now I figure out somewhat what they utilize it for. So all this underneath here is how they crescent it, so that when you flip it over, you get that feel on this side of how your fingers are supposed to be placed. And there's that point, that indentation. Wow, that's beautiful than I thought. Check out this beautiful stone here. Look at the redness on that. My fingertips are gonna be so Cheeto-y red and yellow. The orangish yellowish color. Not sure which one of these points we'll use, or if any at all. Maybe this one here look like it has some kind of, oh, let's see, let's look at the work on that. Let's see it. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see that? Wow. Looks like a piece of pizza, but it's not. It's a Native American tool. All they had. You see some layers on that, chipped away. Trying to get it to come into that angle. You see that ankle going down. I guess they were trying to make it sharper than what it really is. But I think they did a good job. It's layered pretty good. That's a beautiful stone there. The color on it is like fire red. Fire red, is that a color? Like orange, and I guess you do what color, what kind of fire you're talking about. You got natural gas fire, which is blue. Then you got regular fire from wood. Or so color, orange, oxygen, and red. BTUs, I guess. But anyway, let's see here. There's another point there. See how that rock, the color on in the middle is such a. It's like, this is almost like sandpaper almost. This texture rock. I have a lot of these A lot of rocks made with this texture here. Like I said, my site 8 only contains this type of rock. This stone is where I found my um, sundial. Or sundial. It's not the right pronunciation on that. So let's see this. Yeah, let's see the point there. Okay, so let's see where we at. Let's get that place back and have another one of these here. I don't know if this has a point on it. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I gave my other hand a break because stuff was getting kind of heavy. Oh, there's a point here. That's really sharp too. Yeah, these rocks are some of these are. This is very dense rock here. There's a point. This is a very dense stone. It's kind of it has some weight to it. My other hand was getting tired, so I had to switch sides. See some markings here. I have to go back and look at these things after I rinse them off again. That's what I like to look for. Designs or markings, artwork, effigies. Again, if you like what you see and you have any comments for me on what type of stones these can be texture wise, hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be showing more rocks to come in the season as the season warms up. The point there. There's a point there on that one. So I'm not sure if they use this point. It doesn't look like it's been fractured or any work's done. But it is a pretty piece of stone, similar to this one here. It's a little small piece here. This is like a handheld, the one that I just put down. Okay, so let's see what we got left. Got a couple here left. Let's see. This has a point on it. I think this is the one with the two side point. This has a point on this side and on this side. This side and this side. We can hold that like that. And we can hold it like that. So it has two sides to it, 2 points. And the way this tool here is curved like this, there's another one that's like that, but it doesn't have a point. This one is curved just like that one almost. See the straight and slump? Look like the planet Mars. Look at that. But that's actually how it's held, even though that's the natural form of it. Finger almost goes in between there, like that. A little point, probably utilized for something. But you see on the back side here, looks like a crater. Fingerprints, fingers go right in between there, like so. And your thumb goes here. Here. Those tools. Make a song called Those Tools. So, let's see, let's move on. And a bigger piece here. This is a very dense here. This is a very dense piece of stone here. Again, has the point here. This is very dense. It's very dense down on this side here. Let's see how we hold this thing here. Thumb up here. And then you crack down like that on something. That's how dense it is. Bang. I think that's how it would sound. What is that? What is that? Okay, so I'm gonna just about get ready to end this video. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I may have missed this one. Let's check this one out here. I'm gonna move on to my quartz pieces that I told you about at the beginning of the video. And then we're going to take a pause for the calls. So I'm guessing this is the point here on this piece of stone here. So before I move on to the quartz, I'm going to show you this awesome piece of stone. I think it's some kind of axe, chopping axe. I wouldn't be surprised that if it had some kind of leather strap to it attached to some piece of wood to swing. It's very dense. It's very dense. Okay, here it is here. I'm not sure what kind of stone it's made from, but it's awesome. It almost looked like a skeleton. So, forgive me, it's a little dense, so I'm going to try to work with it with one hand while I hold the camera. Very, very dense. I mean, this thing had to be used to crack bone or dig dirt for shelter. Something that really had some back end. The back end on this thing is so heavy. And you see how it goes up into the duck fin. See that sharp axe there? You look right up toward that point, how sharp that gets. And this end down here is very, very dense. And I think I have the correct portion of how to hold this. It has a smooth, this end here is like baby skin flat, smooth here, right here. And that's where I think they will hold it in their palm. Because of a long period of time, it just became smooth like that. See how my palm goes right into that, and then that axe end there. See that? Sharp axe end. And you just come down on a piece of carcass with that and divide it amongst your family, and you got good living. So we're going to move on to the quartz pieces. I want you to see that awesome stone there. Nice axe tool. Look at that. You can almost see where you have that indentation where it just would hit down that bone, or maybe a branch or so. But that is very dense. And you can get a lot done with that. I'm sure they did. So I'm going to move on over to these. All these pieces are not quartz that I'm going to show you, but most of them are. And like I said, some of these are scraper tools. This here is a scraper tool, quartz scraper tool. I think it may be a smoky quartz, but this is a scraper tool here. This is one of those scraper tools that you would use to take meat off of bones or so. Or this has some permanent green almost in here, like mildew almost, and maybe it was used for more for trees or leaves and scraping branches. But you can feel the smoothness on that side, and then this hold here where you will just get that little bit of edge to remove whatever it is you're trying to remove. This here, piece of quartz here, another scraper tool. And this stone here, I'm not sure what it's made of. That's very interesting. Very triangular, not too dense, not too heavy. Not sure what it's made of though. Looks like granite, but I'm not sure. This here is a scraper tool. No, this is some kind of packing stone. I remember this one. There's an indentation where you hold it, and there's the packing as well. The hammer stone, hammering or packing. Looks a stone like this, it would be packing, I'm sure. But you will hold it here, and you can see where the work is here compared to the rest of the stone. And see where they really utilized that there, and just held it there like this, thumb down in the hole here, and tap, 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 tapped away. And this, I think, is a piece of sugar quartz. I've never found a piece of quartz this color. I could be wrong. I may have some of this in my archives. I think this also is some kind of hammer stone, small hammer stone. You can see the banging that's taking place. Beautiful piece of sugar quartz. And you can see the work there. And we will hold it and use it to bang. Beautiful. Beautiful piece of quartz. Here's another one. I think it's made from the same texture. It's like a sugar quartz. Not sure what it was used for. Another scraper tool, quartz scraper tool. Some kind of small scraper tool. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Brian in the Land Artifacts, coming to you again with some awesome rocks from my collection. Remember, like and subscribe. Oh, I gotta show you this hammerstone. Wow, man. Beautiful hammerstone. I get so excited I forget about stuff. See, actually, this backside here is where your fingers will go, just to get a real good hold on it. And that's the area that they were used to bang. Thumb goes up here, fingers on the back side. It's very grippy. Thank you.